Docker volume and what are the types of Docker volume. So basically, during the life cycle of a container, we need to store the data which is consumed by the container into some persistent storage, and that's where volume comes into picture. So since containers are ephemeral, we uh, the containers can stop and die, but the data has to be persisted. Hence, we need a volume so that the data can be restored back for a new container. Now, there are two types of volumes. One is the bind mount volume, basically where we directly mount the host directory into the container, which is very easy and straightforward, but it's not efficient because it restricts the directory structure or the folders what we are from the host to the image, and it might create problem when the image is run outside. This is not preferred way of doing it for production, but it's more way to test your own things like a sandbox. The other thing is normal volume managed by Docker itself, where you can create the volume in a declarative way, and Docker completely manages it on your behalf. So I'll show you how this can be done in a very easy way. So I can check what are the volumes available. So I can just say I can remove the existing volumes to make it clean. So I create a new volume, my wall, and now I create a container from a Docker image. Minus I is interactive, minus t, minus minus rm, minus v itself where you specify the volume, and then I have my wall and app. So whatever comes after the colon is the folder on the container, and then I just say minus minus name Ubuntu, and I can just say Ubuntu wall and image is Ubuntu. Yes. So now I will do a docker exec into the Ubuntu wall with minus interactive terminal tty, and I give the container name Ubuntu wall and bash is the command. Now here if I go into the app folder, there's a, since I mounted the app, I touch a file here, sample file, and I come out. Now I create another similar container like Ubuntu wall 2, wherein I map the same volume. So basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to use the same volume across two different containers. Yeah, so now the container is up and running. So I try to exec into the new container Ubuntu wall 2 bash. Now I try to go into the app folder, and if you see there is the file which is created from the first container. Now because my application is stateful, I create one more file here and come out of this, and I stop this container because the life cycle of this is done. The whole purpose of showing this is that how containers can easily attach the volumes and consume the data with a very easy declarative way. Now I go back to the exec, the first container which is Ubuntu wall, of course minus it, and then command bash wall, sorry. And now I go to the app here, and you say the XML file is there. So this means the container, the second container was already killed, but the data is still persisted here. This is the Docker volume which is managed basically by Docker. Now I would show the second one, which is bind mount. So what I do is for this I just create a new folder called my volume, then I create a file in this called test.txt, Now what I do is I will mount this particular my volume host into the container. So I just run again docker run minus I minus t minus rm minus v. So now I give the relative path of the host training initial volume slash app. So I would mount it on the same slash app on the container and then just say Ubuntu host Ubuntu. Ubuntu host is basically the container name and I give Ubuntu. So basically if you observe here, if it starts with tilde or with a slash, then it assumes that it's a bind mount. If it's not, if it's just a plain name after minus v like my vol which I created previously, then it means it's a docker volume. So oops, sorry, what was it? Minus name, sorry, I missed the name. Yeah. Now I try, let us see if I have mounted it correctly. It's wrong here. Volume. Okay. Okay, I have not touched any file. Sorry for that. So I just say test.txt. Then I exec again and I just say cd slash app. And if I see here now, since I created the file on my host, I could see that in the container. So this means that whatever I've mounted from the host is can be easily accessed in the container. This is a bind mount which is preferred to use for your own standalone tests. Yeah, so this is all about Docker volumes. I think it's pretty clear now. So thank you.